The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Wednesday, the 11th day of May 2022. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House One Communications Indos. I'm Jamal Hartman. She's Sherry Vanderpool, and Maya Palacio will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in her news break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Sherry, I'm smiling because, it's hump day, it's Wednesday, and you had a break from me. You had a break from me.
I did, and it was a wonderful break. Didn't I look just like, shiny and bright and all of that good stuff? I miss the audience, but I've had a great break from you, Jamal, at least in person, because we still talk every day. Even this morning.
I was about to say I like your hair and all that stuff.
Because I bought notice to like 1 second before the other one, but nevertheless.
Backstage, you don't have to tell them all that. Like, I'm trying to, help me look,
And then you got on this St. George's colors.
See, I was going to leave it alone for the day, but speaking of sport, yesterday, Sancha, she said that it was her son Maddox's sports day.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw her WhatsApp status, but Maddox didn't come to play, folks. Maddox about what, 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Was that hurdles they were doing? Like little 6-year-olds doing hurdles?
I'm gonna put Sancho on blast. She hasn't saved me in her fan, so I see her WhatsApp statuses. But nevertheless, I did see him on other people's statuses, and I hit her up and I was like, Maddox did not come to play.
No. He. I mean, man, they didn't have hurdles back in my day. They didn't have hurdles. I mean, I'm gonna call it hurdles because they look like they were hopping over stuff.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to do that, Jamal. Your legs ain't long enough. You would have been a hit hurdle. Where's my or something?
You know what, Sherry? You know what?
I'm had a rest.
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you something for that. I'm gonna give you something for that. That was worth it. That was worth it. But see, it's about being genius. If you can't go over, you go under, and I'm okay with that.
You can do it actually without a whole lot of energy either. Like
She's on form today. She's on form today, folks. She's on form. I'm gonna give it to her. Well, folks, we're not gonna be taking Sherry's insults for the rest of the show. We have some rather important stuff to discuss outside of my vertically challenged self. All right. So, and by the way, to date, I'm still the tallest person on the show outside of Larry and Phil because they're giants. They're like 7 foot. And I'm average height. I'm taller than everyone else. All right. So, including Maya, who put me on the spot that day, but we're gonna leave that alone. We're not taking that personal. But folks, we have some important stuff to discuss. We do. Unfortunately, there are people in our community that are, for whatever reason, continuing to cause chaos. And just yesterday, there was another incident at the golf course. Help Maya, and you help me with the pronunciation. It's divots, right?
Yes, Jamal. Divots.
A divot. Look, I was saying DeVos last year this time. I've come a long way. What? Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm trying to be serious. So there was an incident, and obviously There's a video that's gone viral. The police would like people not to share the video. However, I ended up seeing it, and many people have seen the video.
Yeah.
As I stated to my colleagues of the Daily Hour, that was one of the most heroic things I've seen. And let's be honest, we don't advise heroic behavior
Mm-mm.
because, as I was taught in St. John's Ambulance when I was younger, most heroes, yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I say that to say this. What impressed me about the heroic behavior is this is what I've always said from 2009, right? That it's going to take community to fight back against the individuals who are participating in this behavior. And
Mm-hmm.
what you saw was community fight back. That was quick thinking. It was heroic. Again, not something I am going to personally advise because I'm just not in that position to do so. And I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to speak for the police or government or the authorities. But what I will say is it was an example of how to disarm and make it a little bit more tough for these people to commit these acts. So the question of the morning is what can we learn from the gun incident at Divots yesterday? What can we learn from everything that happened, including the sharing of the video? Do you agree with the video being shared, or do you agree with the police that it should not be shared? Because again, they have their reasons. It can put the person who was being the hero at risk. It can put the victim, potential victim, alleged victim, at risk. It can also jeopardize the investigation the police are saying. What can we learn? Do you agree that this is the best way to respond to this behavior, or do you advise not to be heroic? What are your thoughts? Sharon, you look like
Well, it's a couple of different things, Jamal. I believe that if you are able to participate in being a hero in that sense and disarming somebody, and you have the skill set to do it, then by all means, do your best to save others. As far as the video, I agree with the police in regard to it being released so quickly. I believe that we should see the video, but I believe after it has been processed and they have done the due diligence in regards to what they needed to do. I know things are time sensitive, evidence is important. So just being, I think it's the way that it came out. Obviously, somebody recorded it and put it out there. And I think that's probably the part of it. But it does show a great sense of community in regards to this gentleman who just jumped right in to do what he felt needed to be done. And there's one less gun on the street. So
indeed.
it's.
Indeed. And I forgot to say, greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. Another good one today as we are welcoming Wanda Armstrong of KPMG to the show a bit later. So stay tuned because apparently there are so many scholarships that people are not applying for. And we want to ensure that you all and your families know about this. The Daily Play is music today. So stick with us as we trip up Sherry. But the question of the morning, what can we learn from the gun incident? That took place at Divots yesterday. I agree with you, Sherry. There are positives to this. Positives. There are less guns on the streets. There's one less
Yeah.
gun on the street. It was a risk, and I understand the police. And then there was Michael Dunkley, who pretty much he agreed that let me not say he agreed. Let me actually go on his Facebook page and actually read what the former Premier Michael Dunkley stated regarding the video. He said, quote, "This is one time that I am thankful for social media. I usually don't appreciate when videos displaying antisocial behaviors and violence are shared. But this time it is very beneficial. It is my hope the perpetrator in the Divots incident is caught and prosecuted to the fullest extent. Enough is enough. The violence is too frequent and wrecking many families in our community. I applaud the quick and heroic action of the gentleman at the restaurant. This brave action, coupled with video evidence from the scene, should help bring the perpetrator before the courts in short order." So I actually understand where former Premier Dunkley is coming from. I do think that it's helpful.
Yeah.
in one respect, but I completely understand why the Bermuda police would say it's not helpful, because it's much more than just helping to catch the perpetrator. And also, is there enough in that video to help people catch the perpetrator? Right? Are people going to remember what this person was wearing, or are they more focused on the entertainment aspect of it?
Mm.
You feel me? What can we learn from the gun incident at Divot yesterday, folks? Go ahead, Sherry. Sorry.
No, I was just going to agree with you, and it's again conversations that we've had here before in regard to the messiness or trying to be first on scene or the first to release something. And I think that's where it is for me, that we just needed to wait for the police to do what they needed to do, and then I definitely believe that we should have seen it. But I just think that we should have just waited just a little bit longer, maybe until today at least,
Uh-huh.
because I swear that it happened at 1 o'clock, and by 2 o'clock, I seen the video.
Mm.
That's a bit much. And whoever did that, that's a little questionable.
Yeah, and I think there's been times where people have lost jobs for sharing videos. They have access to them at their employers and they share it. And I know it starts with maybe sharing it with a friend that you trust on WhatsApp or something, and then it just goes, it gets out of control.
Yeah.
There was always something when you were younger, and they said, if you tell one person a secret, right, and because you trust this person,
Mm-hmm.
you better believe that person's gonna say to somebody, well, you know what, don't say anything, but da da da. It's just the way small town works.
Yeah.
So, folks, if you are in that position, I'm not saying not to trust even your spouse. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is you have to make a decision between your job and what you know and who you want to share it with.
It'll
Because
be
I'll tell
very
you this, if you don't have a job, you ain't gonna have nothing to share, and you may be of less value to those people. Go ahead, share.
No, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly who did share it, because we've known before that the Bermuda police have done that before as well, right? Taken a video of a video camera and of course sent it to a trusted person, or it was one of the employees. So it'll be very interesting to see who exactly sent it out, and will they be brought before the courts?
Yeah. But I mean, back to the question, what can we learn from the gun incident at Divot yesterday? Another thing that's pretty shocking, and it's not as shocking as it would be 10 years ago, but here's a place where, I mean, I've had business meetings there, literally. The last time I was there was a business meeting regarding a sponsor for this show.
Mhm.
Previously, I've been there, I've met with various policemen for lunch. It's
Yeah.
a place that remind you that at this point, nowhere is out of bounds. And as you watch the video, it's almost like you see people there eating lunch, not a care in the world, not thinking. But folks, it wasn't long ago. It wasn't long ago when people were shocked that it happened like at one of the busiest times during a football game at a local bar in Hamilton, right? So
Yeah.
I don't think the place is as shocking as it would have once been. This just means that the perpetrators have become more brazen, and really just, if I'm coming to get someone, I'm gonna get them regardless of where it is and who's in my way.
Well, Jamal, it's shocking for some when it starts knocking on their door.
Mm,
you know so it is shocking for some people who believe that these situations don't occur in their neighborhoods, in their areas, but it's very evident that it has no face.
mm,
And if need be, that this is what these young people, or people I should say,
mm.
want to do. But we are 22 square miles. Bermuda is very small. I can't believe that no one would think that it would end up on their doorstep at some point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you don't contain something, it spreads. Sean Smith says, Bob Marley said, your friends, only your friends can reveal your secrets. Well,
Mm,
and no lie there. Michelle White says, yes, I would question about the person who shared the video. It was likely when the police were still there. Maybe police should have pulled the video before going on camera with the media. Karen
mm.
Simmons says, I will use my observational skills, but not confronting anyone. And this goes back to the heroic, again, credit to the gentleman. It came across, I don't know who the gentleman is, but he just came across as a member of the public that felt enough is enough.
Yeah.
Enough is enough. I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this behavior, and we're gonna put a stop to it. That's how it came across. And I think there are people amongst us in the community that have had enough. They've had
And
enough.
and kudos to him, and thank goodness that he came out on the other end very safe. But he exactly looked like he knew what he was doing. He actually looked like he knew what the layout was, and that this young gentleman was going to come back. But what can we learn? Safety first, but intervene if you know how to. I feel if you know how to. Know I'm good with the observation, like on to Karen. I'll be looking. But the gentleman that walked in with the firearm didn't look like he knew what was going on either. So with that being said, that's a little scary for me. But yeah, I would be observing, taking note of different things to give to the police.
Well, here's some positives, and I think there are positives in every situation. And over the last few days, we've had two near gun incidents where the guns jammed. This is a positive, and that maybe this is a sign.
Yeah.
This is a sign to the perpetrators and the intended victims that you have been given another chance. You've been given another chance to rethink what could have been. You've been given another chance to do something differently. Don't be angry that you didn't get to perform the act that you went to do. Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it. Let your conscience prick you and say, you know what? This could have ended up wrong. And something like many, and I'm hoping many in Westgate, regret, because now they're in a cell for pretty much the rest of their lives. So this is a chance for you to reconsider your actions, your behavior, the lifestyle, and hopefully those who are going to commit crimes like this who have thought about doing this, think twice now. Hopefully you seeing this, you realize that there are people in the community who are sick and tired and are willing to fight back.
Sick and tired.
Sam Cat, please, Sherry.
I'm sure there was adrenaline and fear all wrapped in the moment. Give that man a medal.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
And again, I again credit to the gentleman. I'm not sure who he is. He looked like he had some sort of training in it. He definitely performed a very heroic act. It was very heroic. Something again that I don't think would be advised. I mean, you're talking about an armed individual. It's
Yeah.
probably not advised. But that said, my only disappointment is that they were unable to hold him down, but at least they got enough from him, and they were able to stop the situation from escalating to what it could have. But folks, what can we learn from the gun incident at Divots yesterday? That's your question of the morning. What can we learn? We spoke about friends earlier and secrets, and about the sharing of video. What I will say is, the same way we're so open and free to sharing information like that, let's be so open to sharing information about the culprits that are committing these acts.
Yeah.
Let us have the courage to actually do that. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to live in a community where someone is guilty of this. Because I tell you this much, if they can do it to someone else, there's nothing that's stopping them from doing it to you. Do not think they love you more.
Mm.
Do not think they love you more.
Yeah, it's just sad overall. It's a lot of young men getting hurt, getting harmed, and performing these acts and doing these things for what? For
Mm.
what? I have yet to get a clear answer as why. And again, I applaud the gentleman in the community for doing what he did. There was a lot of good things about that. As you said, Jamal, we have a gun that's not on the street anymore. Hopefully they got a good description of this gentleman. It looked like his helmet came off. It looks like there was a bike left at the situation. So it was a lot of good evidence, and hopefully this person will be brought to justice soon. But again, for me, the guns off the streets, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, one less gun to worry about, and also if the helmet came off, that should be DNA as well. So again, there's some positive from this situation, and what I mean, I just will say to people, I mean, be aware. We have to be more aware, and I'm a person who's really not aware. Like I always said, one of my favorite shows growing up was America's Most Wanted, right? I would never be able to identify because I was never observant of people, the way people look or the way people. Well, I'm still that way, right?
Really?
Dress,
Yeah.
really, yeah,
Yeah, really. You
is one.
are.
But I've never been that person. But I do observe what people say and how they say it. That's what I observe.
Mm,
What people say and how they say it. As far as they look, I've never been that person. But I think we're living in a time where we definitely need to be that person. Master Edmund Johnson says basic martial arts training and environmental awareness is always an asset. Interesting,
yes.
especially the
And
second part.
And I would, and so you focus on what's being said. I think because living in United States for a while, and I've lived in different cities, and unfortunately, these things can't happen more frequently. I am very observant of people that come and who are around me in regards to what they have on and certain things. And Georgia is you can carry a gun. If you have a license and all that good stuff. So I am very observant of what people are doing
Mm.
when I'm out in the community like that. And it's just for safety reasons.
Well, basically, what she's saying is we got to be nosy like her, folks. I'm just not, you know what I'm saying?
Observant.
Oh, right, observant. That's the word. Look, let's bring Maya in. Obviously, she'll probably have more on this story. We do have Wanda Armstrong coming up. Go ahead, Sherry.
What I was going to say, what I did observe is that man in the community had the best colors on. He definitely had Somerset colors on. And for that, I am grateful. We're running out of time, Jamal. Bring Maya in.
You and Sancha, yeah, your problems. Let's bring Maya Palacio into the conversation. Good morning, Maya. How are you?
Morning, morning.
He's
I'm
got
good.
on that Somerset blue, girl. You go.
Oh no,
Oh, Lord.
you know.
I'm impartial.
Hey, she's Switzerland, folks. She's Switzerland. We'll give her that. But well, obviously, I believe you might have been at the scene reporting
Yep.
this. Right? Yeah. You know what? Just as a journalist and having to be at these scenes, what's the vibe that you get from the people? Like, is there still panic? Like, what's the vibe you get when you go to these scenes?
Well, this one was, I want to say a little bit different. When all the journalists arrive, we always have to stay behind a certain line point, so we can't really pass forward and like go deep into to see where everyone is and what everyone's doing. But there were still people exiting from the building. Everyone was fairly, I want to say calm, but maybe still shocked that, in this area. But again, it can happen anywhere, and you really shouldn't be shocked on such a small island. There were some neighboring people that did come over and, want to inspect the scene and things like that. So that's what was really going on. People still like stayed around, just like find out what was going on and, hear the updates from the police themselves as well.
Okay, interesting. It's yeah. I just always think because I remember reading a post from a police officer who spent probably like 30, 40 years as a policeman and just shared the amount of things that he had gone through during his career. And I don't even think people consider what journalists who are bringing you these stories, the things that you witnessed, the things that you encounter. Yesterday's incident, again, it's a lot of positives that came out of it, but let's say someone was lost or it was worse, like what you have to do, what you have to experience. So it's definitely not an easy job, but again, there are still grieving families that go through a lot more. But thank you for what you do, people like yourself getting on the scene to try to ensure that people know what's going on and how to stay safe while investigations are taking place.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, I will say in that point, it is quite taxing. I would say one individual on the island that does it quite often, everyone knows Trevor TNN is always on the scene. Mm-hmm. So for him to actually be out there and getting all the, unfortunate details, gruesome details back to back all the time right there on the scene, it can be very hard and taxing as well.
Yeah, indeed. And props to TNN, always on the scene. Maya, it's time for the news break. And it's it's hard, but we got a job to do. Over to you,
it's
Maya.
A job. Oh, thank you, Jamal and Sherry. Happy Wednesday to everyone tuned in with us this morning. I hope everyone is enjoying their day so far. I'm Maya Palacio, and it's time for the Daily Hour News Break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. So, topping to the news this morning, as we already discussed, Bermuda Police Service have confirmed a firearm incident yesterday at Divots Bar and Grill in Warwick. Thankfully, no one was injured, and a firearm was recovered by the BPS at the scene. The incident, which occurred again yesterday, Tuesday, May 10th, around 1 p.m., and police need assistance searching for a male about 6 feet 2 inches tall, and at the time of the incident was wearing a blue-gray tint raincoat, blue-gray skinny jeans, white high-top sneakers, a black helmet, and riding a black bike. If you know something, please say something. You can call the main police line at 295-0011 Crime Stoppers or speak with an officer you are familiar with. Tomorrow, Thursday, May 12th, the Honorable Premier David Burt and Minister of Tourism Vance Campbell will host a town hall meeting at the Warwick Camp Dining Hall at 6 p.m. The discussion will focus primarily on the Fairmont Southampton Hotel Act of 2022. Members of the community who have questions about the act and are curious to know more are encouraged to join. The meeting will also be featured on the government Facebook page and the CITV YouTube channel. A brief COVID-19 update. Statistics from May 4th show there are currently 409 active COVID cases on the island, of which 7 persons are in the hospital, 0 are in ICU. Government has been releasing statistics weekly. You should expect to see the newest statistics later today. Also, as summer approaches and Operation Vega remains to be in full force, this is your reminder that if you are under 18 years old, you are not allowed to tow anyone on your bike or be riding on the roads between the hours of 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. It is a law that has a $300 fine, 5 to 7 demerit points, and a ban of up to 6 months off the road if you commit the offense. And now let's look at today's weather. As you can already tell, it's been kind of rainy already. So unfortunately, it's not looking like a beautiful day today, folks. There may be some sunny breaks, but we should expect heavy rain and even chance of thunder. Winds will be moderately forming from the southeasterly region, and later in the afternoon will grow from moderate to fairly strong, then gradually easing in the evening. We have a high of 75 degrees today and a low of 69. Thankfully, Thursday, however, will be bright and dry. And that is all for me this morning. I am Maya Palacio for the Daily Hour News Break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Now back to Jamal and Sherry for your Daily Focus.
Alrighty, thank you so much for that, Maya. Folks, if you know something, say something, reach out to a police officer, somebody. Let's bring these perpetrators before the courts, and in the words of former Premier Dunkley, prosecute them to the full extent. Sherry, you've got a day of the year for us?
Yes, I do. Today is National School Nurse Day and is observed during National Nurses Week in May every year. It's a day when we come together as a nation to honor the field of school nursing. This honors the daily efforts of school nurses to ensure all students' well-being, safety, and academic ability. So,
do you remember who your school nurse was, Sherry?
oh my goodness, the fact that you thought to answer me this.
Maya,
No.
you remember yours?
I didn't know we had one. I don't know.
Honestly, I don't remember the school nurse. I remember the dentist lady, Miss Fox. She used to come around back in my day, and she used to give us the vitamins or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, yes, that's. Do they still give that in school?
No, they
No?
do not.
No,
give
I
fluoride.
think fluoride is not apparently good for you or whatever.
They were killing us all those years and didn't.
No, I don't remember my school nurse. I remember where the nurse's station was, but I wasn't a sickly person like that. Only when I wanted to get out of something.
I just remember going to my gym teacher for the most part.
Who was that?
Deal, definitely remember Deal. CBA.
I thought it was Larry. Mr. Marshall.
Wow.
That was Whitney Institute. That was Whitney Institute for Larry. I don't even know. Did we have a medical kit? Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I went to Prospect and Northlands to Cedar Bridge. I'm not sure we had a nurse. I could be wrong. I just probably never needed to go to them. I could be wrong. Maya, we'll see you soon.
See you soon. And make sure to bring a raincoat out today, everyone. It's going to be a wet one.
Raincoats. All righty. Talk soon. All righty. Maya Palacio there, folks. Sherry, we're going to take a quick break. We've got Wanda Armstrong from KPMG coming up. Folks, we got to apply for these scholarships.
Yes.
It's not, it's like people have got money to give to us so that we can achieve our dreams. Stop leaving it on the table. Stick with us. Absolutely. We're going to come back and have a conversation with Miss Wanda.
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose People's, so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it People's, I call it my one-stop shop in the city. People's, we're here for you.
Hi, I'm Karen, a nurse at the old folks home. These long hours used to kill my feet until my hairdresser told me about a great place to buy a pair of clogs. Medical House. Finally, relief. They also carry uniforms in bright, bold colors. And not to mention the support stockings.
Karen, Miss Soltis bet her bet again.
Oh gosh, these days, I need all the support I can get.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dandytown Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke.
Every month is snack month for us, it would seem, as long as they're the healthful, guilt-free, delectable snacks we crave. Enter the Daily Crave, a company whose first product was churros, the well-loved Spanish treat, followed by diversification in the form of classic puff snacks and chips. They ventured beyond the traditional list of ingredients. The grains are gone, replaced by lentils, pulses, and cassava, slaking our craving with a vegan-friendly, gluten-free snack that satisfies. This month, we're featuring the Daily Crave Quinoa Bourbon Barbecue Chips. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
All righty, welcome back to the big show. She's Sherry Vanderpool. I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by Medical House One Communications, Lindo's, and People's Pharmacy. I'm laughing because on the teleprompter, it has Sharon Vanderpool, not Sherry. Little inside joke there, folks. Oh, you're not laughing?
Nah, and I'm waiting for the joke.
Oh, okay. I just put an N on the back of Sherry, so Sharon with an I. So my apologies, Sister Sherry. It'll never happen again. All right. Beautiful here today. Let's bring in our guest for the day. We've got Wanda Armstrong from KPMG. Good morning and welcome back.
Good morning. Good morning, Jamal. Morning, Sherry. I'm glad to be back.
And we are glad to have you back. We are glad. Real quick question, because we've got someone in the audience, Christine Pierman. She says, I'm 70 and my school nurse was named Miss Smith in primary school. Do you remember who your school nurse was?
Actually, I don't remember my school nurse.
See, all right. So
Sorry.
no, it's all good because I just
What?
felt like, I felt bad that neither one of the hosts knew their school nurse this morning. I'm just like,
Oh,
should we know this?
no, actually,
Yeah.
and I came from an American school, so I'm an American. So
Hmm.
we had several different school nurses, and they were only
Mm.
on duty, like once or twice during the week. So I
Uh-huh.
would have no clue what
See,
my
okay,
school nurse would be.
We're
we're,
good, Jamel.
we're
We're
good.
good.
Yeah, I was just, I'm really thinking about it, but that's not what you're here to discuss. Obviously,
Okay, it's all
KPMG
right.
doing a lot of wonderful things. We appreciate the work. We've had some of your colleagues on over the last month or two. But just for those who may not know,
Mhm.
what kind of firm is KPMG? What's the work
Okay.
that you
Okay, so KPMG is a global leading provider of audit, tax, and advisory services in Bermuda, and we aim to be number one in reputation and the employer of choice, creating fulfilling career opportunities for our young Bermudians, both in Bermuda and internationally. And through our Liftoff graduate program, I go out to recruit Bermudian students who are studying accounting, actuary, and some risk management careers. So KPMG is, like I said, a leading provider to provide the audit, tax, and advisory services to Bermudans and to our clients in Bermuda and internationally. And we are very, very strong on bringing in the young Bermudians who are studying to become accountants as well.
no, I like okay, so let's
Awesome.
hone in on what you said just now. You said
Mhm,
that you go out and you recruit young
mhm,
Bermudians who are doing accounting. Let's
mhm.
speak about that because um I was never recruited when I was in college, and
Me
I'm
either.
just saying, I think this is awesome. Is this a part of what your initiative like? Let's speak about what Wanda does and your initiative.
Okay, so when I say that I go out to recruit, meaning I have networking events. So I have two networking events a year. We have a summer Connect event and we have a December Connect event. And I also host these events in terms of recruiting Bermudians who come to these events. And also, I go out to the universities in Canada, Acadia University, as well as Dalhousie, and I host events there. And also, that is my way of recruiting Bermudians to come back home to get the jobs at KPMG.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
And also in my recruiting is as when I go to the different school career fairs or day fairs that they have at the high schools or even some of the middle schools, that is where I start my recruiting, where I target, good talented students, and I follow them from middle school to high school
Mhm.
and into the college.
Well,
Okay, and
see,
then
these conversations are very encouraging to me for this
yeah.
reason. And we have had many. We've had you know, different people from the industry, especially international business, reinsurance, accounting, on this show, and
Mhm.
it just seems like there are so many opportunities, but you wouldn't think it when you're in certain spaces where people saying it's not. But I want to focus on the KPMG Above and Beyond Award because you mentioned
Mhm.
how you follow young people from middle through to high school. What's
Mhm.
this award about? Like it's provided to high school seniors and
Yeah.
like speak to us about that.
Yes, absolutely. The KPMG Above and Beyond Award is actually a new award that
Mhm,
KPMG, the managing directors, have decided to provide to high school seniors, right? For each high school graduation ceremony. And this award will consist of like a $500 monetary award with an opportunity for that individual recipient to be, intern with us and have an internship position with us during our either our winter term or our summer internship. And the student recipient who will be provided with the monetary award will have demonstrated that they are a well-rounded individual. They have gone above and beyond their academic excellence, given back to the community, and they exhibit some of the KPMG 5 values that support building character. So that's what the new KPMG Above and Beyond Award is all about.
You know, I've seen a lot of posts from young Bermudians encouraging people to apply for scholarships because apparently there's been reports that people haven't been applying for scholarships. Maya let me know there's a parish council one people haven't been applying for, and then different government ones. So, folks, if you in the audience know of a student that is, you know, wanting to go to college or they're already in college, there's money on the table. I encourage you to share these kinds of conversations so that people know what's out there. You mentioned earlier what kind of firm KPMG is, speaking of tax audits and accounting. But who are the scholarships geared toward? Because obviously you need HR people, you need marketing people. Is it just accounting people? Who are they geared toward?
Well, it's not specifically just accounting. It could be also someone studying actuary, okay, or someone studying business like risk management. Because what we do with the a student who may be studying risk management, we put them in our advisory department, which is they advise clients on different risk managements, the actuaries. They go out and specialize in telling the client exactly, forecasting their financial growth. And also, it's not just accounting that we give the scholars, accountants, or students that's studying accountants that we provide the scholarship for.
All right.
Yeah. And
Interesting.
within the scholarship award, that individual person will come back to, they have a guaranteed spot back at KPMG for every summer that they have until they graduate. And upon graduation, they come to us full time.
Awesome.
Yes.
I am definitely in the wrong space and career, but when we look at scholarships, Miss Armstrong, a lot of people don't know that how they can be eligible for the different scholarships that you have. So tell us about what's the criteria to be eligible for the scholarships on offer.
Yes. Okay. So some of the criteria of our scholarship is the university student must have a GPA of a 3.0 or above. That individual person must show that they are still involved in community service and also involved in some sort of social groups, academic groups within the university, as well as when that individual comes back, they will also be able to travel to our other KPMG sites in terms of when we send them to our global advantage program. And that actual program is a exciting and interactive 4-day leadership development program that we send our top university students and our top scholarship recipients to this event for the opportunity for them to build their network, develop critical business and leadership skills. And they share their different unique culture perspectives. And so it's very important for our scholarship recipient to actually be involved in community and know a lot about the business economics of the world and what's going on in the world, so that they can bring that and share that, their different cultures, and share the different business economical situations that are going on in Bermuda and all over the world.
You mentioned some of the criteria, 3.0,
Yes.
be a part of different business schools. Is there an age limit? Because I'm not sure if, Jamal can, be a part of that. I probably can't.
Yes. Yes, Sherry, there is an age limit.
Dang it.
I'm so sorry, Jamel. I am not laughing at you. Okay, I
Good.
am trying to be very serious. Okay,
Okay. All right.
Sherry. To answer your question, yes, there is an age limit. The age is from 19 to 25.
Oh gosh, I'm long
Okay.
surpassed that.
Yeah,
So
we
tell me, you too,
Yeah.
Jamal. So what are with the criteria being what it is, what are some of the benefits that the recipients of these
Ooh.
scholarships receive?
Yes. Like I spoke earlier, some of the benefits will be that global advantage program that we send our scholarship recipients off onto, as well as KPMG provides the financial assistance for the undergraduate or the postgraduate recipient in terms of we provide $20,000 per annum for a
Mm.
total of 3 years. Okay, so that goes towards their schooling. And then once they actually, like I said, graduate, when they come back on the island and they come back to study either the CPA US designation, CPA Canada designation, or the ACA, which is the UK designation, KPMG provides all of the financial um, 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 funding for their books, for their flights, for the CPA US. Each person has to fly away to the US to sit those exams. So we pay for the hotel, we pay for the airfare, and we pay for all of the education books and any tools that they need.
Nice.
What do you feel like is holding people back from applying for these, or students for applying for these scholarships? What
Well,
are your thoughts on that?
yeah, well, one thing I think the reason why a lot of students just don't apply is because, like, I think Maya spoke earlier about it, is that they just don't know about it. And
Mm.
if they're not active in the school community, if they're not active you know, um, in their business class, they're not going to ask the questions or ask how can they get the money or how can they get a scholarship. So that is where my job comes into play.
Mhm.
So again, I'm going to speak about Wanda's office hours, and that's where my job comes in. I'm going to be
Mm.
I go out to the different schools, and in my hosting these networking events, I tell them exactly what sites they need to go on to get these scholarships, like the BermudaScholarship.com, as well as if they want to get KPMG's scholarship, they can go on to the KPMG.bm scholarship, and I believe the other big fours also probably gives them that information. But if the students are not networking, they're not used to networking, going out to different events, they lose out, you know.
Wow.
And some students just don't know where to apply and don't know how to apply because
This ties in greatly to tomorrow. We'll be speaking about how to network, and
Mhm.
networking is something that I think children need to understand from a very young age, and
Yeah,
something adults, especially in Bermuda because it's so small town, don't necessarily understand the importance of, especially
yeah.
social networking. Sam Cat Place has a question. You kind of already answered, but not sure when she tuned in. She's asking, what scholarships do you offer for those who want to study in medical or engineering fields?
Well, that we don't do medical and the medical and hospital piece. We leave that to the hospital organizations.
All
So
right.
because KPMG is a accounting, audit, tax, and advisory services, that's where we specialize in.
All
Just
right.
the accounting,
Taxes.
actuaries, and risk management business
All right.
side of business.
Michelle White, she said she stepped away. She missed a bit, but she
Mm.
asked, are recipients required to work for KPMG? Is the award just for undergraduate, or are graduate level students included?
Graduate level are included. So it's undergraduates and postgraduates.
All right. And the first part of the question, because she wasn't tuned in,
Mhm.
are they required to work for KPMG?
Yes, they are.
Uh,
Yes.
what's the time period?
It's a 3 year,
3 years.
3 year contract.
Okay, 3 years.
Yes.
Awesome.
And
How have past recipients, I'm sorry, Jamal.
go ahead, Sherry.
I'm sorry. How have past recipients grown through the KPMG over the years? Any success stories you can share?
Absolutely. Within the the graduates that we've have had from our scholarship recipients, I would say within the last 5 years, actually KPMG has awarded over $380,000. And then the individuals that we do have as the recipients, they have advanced on to, they've been with us for like 3 or 4 years. And then once they, come back and provide the services that they need for KPMG, they do move on to industry and they have gotten jobs, as COOs and, as CFOs of different companies. And also, we have very good success stories from our scholarship recipients.
I just
Yeah.
feel, I mean, with the cost of college rising, the cost of living rising in many college towns, especially in the U.S. I'm not quite sure anyone should be leaving money like this. And it's not just the money, but the opportunity, like beyond the financial aspect, the opportunity that's coming with this. There are so many people in different
Experience.
spaces that finish college and search for a job in the fields that they want to work in.
Yeah.
Opportunities like this, you actually have a 3-year contract if you go through it. So I think Jamila adds a comment as well. She says the firm
Wh-
also provides coaching to those who take part in
Oh,
the
yes.
programs. Please speak on
Yes, we provide mentors and mentees to our scholarship recipients. Once they become full time, that's when they will get the coaching that they will receive from our senior manager Garita Cotting, who was on your show last month. Speaking, they also get the international exposure because we have had a good success story with two of our scholarship recipients, whereby we sent them. One went to our Switzerland office, and she is a manager, getting ready to be promoted to a senior manager. And then we also had one of our recipients over in our London office. So they get the international exposure that they need and that they wish to have. So they actually get so much from being a KPMG scholarship
this.
recipient. And also, just last year, Frontier Financial Services Limited, they have actually joined in and collaborated with KPMG, and now they are offering a $15,000 scholarship on top of our $20,000 scholarship. So now we have two scholarships to give away. The
Love it.
I want to
KPMG
get that
scholarship
pursued.
that is worth 20,000 and the Frontier scholarship that is worth 15,000.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We
Yeah.
have Rosalind Famous. She's asking, could there be a small initiative to give those students without strong networking skills a quick workshop on networking?
That is again a part of my Wanda's Office Hours initiative.
All
that
righty.
it, that is going to be a part of that, because what we're going to be doing is myself and some of my staff accountants and a part of my graduate committee. We're
Mhm.
actually going to be starting a roadshow outreach, and we're going
Nice.
to be going out to the middle schools
Uh-huh.
and the high schools, and we're going to be providing workshops to the students. And
Mhm.
some of these workshops will be like Excel training,
Mhm.
preparing for KPMG interviews, or for scholarship interviews, internship and co-op interviews, and just for future staff accountant interviews, or for future um, professional interviews that the individual high school student or the university student, will be going to. We're going to be doing also some workshops on time management and working productively, and how to write a professional resume or cover letter.
Mm,
So that is soon to come from KPMG on
Wonderful
our
stuff.
roadshow.
Wonderful stuff. Well, keep us posted about the road show. We'd definitely like to share that with our audience. So thank you. As I stated earlier, there are quite a few scholarships. To me, this is more than just a scholarship. This is an opportunity, a career opportunity, an opportunity that so many Bermudians who are in school and finish school are looking for. So please let us know what we can do to add value to it. But thank you for coming and sharing this information. And we'll be sure that thank you. And we'll be sure to remain in contact to make sure that Bermudians understand the opportunities before them, like what KPMG has on offer.
Yeah, and I believe Jamila has put in our application on
Yes.
the.
That's too long. People are not going to remember. But what I would say is, if you on Facebook, Jamila, go on YouTube. That's where the majority of our audience is, on YouTube. You can post it on our YouTube page, and they will be able to do it. Unfortunately, I can't copy and paste this, but if you want to go on YouTube and paste this, that would be helpful. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm just so thankful. This is my passion, helping and providing and building relationships with students and just building their career. It's my passion. I love it.
And it's appreciated. Seriously, we appreciate the work that you're doing. And like I said, if you know someone, folks, please have them reach out, check it out. These opportunities are, we ask for them, we cry for them, we scream for them. Let's take advantage of them. Wanda Armstrong, KPMG, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, guys. Have a blessed day.
Right. If you appreciated that conversation with Miss Armstrong, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Sherry, honestly, I do wish there were opportunities like this for me in my field coming up. It would have made things a lot easier. I'm not saying I had it hard. I'm not going to sit here and act like I couldn't find a job, or because I networked. I networked. I love to talk to people at that point in my life. So I was able to get into some spaces. I was able to put myself out there. I understand not everyone's like that, right? Not everyone is gonna be that person, and so they may need encouragement and assistance. Something that it's not just a skill; it's personality, right?
It is definitely that.
Yeah.
You have a lot of personality, Jamal.
I don't. Apparently, I have a grumpy personality, according to some people. But we're not going to go there. We're going to take a quick break. We have another giveaway today, folks. So I tell you, give away every day this week. We are going to come back, daily play, and wrap it up. So do not go anywhere. What you laughing at, Jerry?
Good commercial.
A lot happens around your home. That is why at One Communications, we have introduced affordable security and video monitoring, because everyone should be able to afford to protect their family. Anytime, from anywhere, One Home Security keeps you connected and puts security in your hands with an easy-to-use smartphone app to control everything. Home security is important to keep you and your family safe. Motion-activated cameras around your home and security monitoring within create a complete security system providing protection both inside and outside your home. Professional monitoring means that there's someone on call with 24/7 protection to notify the authorities and help keep you and your loved ones safe. We are dedicated to whole home protection with indoor and outdoor cameras, smart door locks, motion sensors, and more, so you'll always be connected to what matters most. With professional installation, no upfront hardware fees, and low monthly rates, because keeping your family safe should be affordable for everyone. Total home video monitoring and security, there's no better way to protect your home than with One Home Security.
All righty, welcome back to the Big Show Daily Hour. She's Sherry Vanderpool. I'm Jamal Hartman. Thanks again to One Communications, Medical House Linda's, and People's Pharmacy. And thanks again to our guest today, Wanda Armstrong of KPMG. Like I said, if you appreciated the information shared and discussed, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you are letting people, your loved ones, know about these opportunities, folks. They exist. These are opportunities beyond just the scholarship fund, but the opportunity to work for a well-established global company and get experience that so many wish for and hope for and dream of. So make sure you check that out. It's time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Heineken 0.0. Great taste, no alcohol. Sherry, are you ready?
Sure, Jamal.
Such anger in your voice. Like, what did I do?
It was no anger. It was just like Yeah, it's not anger.
Oh, it's not anger. Okay. It's music today. Lyrics today, folks. It's going to be some lyrics. Help her out. I'm only saying the lyrics once. I will only say them once. Here we go. Quote. No, I can never understand it. The way the system planned. There's no hope, no chance, no loophole, no escape for a suffering man. Oops, wrong one.
I know this song. I know it. And you're not gonna say it again? One more time, Jamal. That's why you can't get over a hurdle. No, I can never. I know this song. Wait. No, I can never understand. I can't. It's the music. I know this. I know it. Go ahead.
Nobody in the audience got it, if that helps. And I didn't expect them to.
I know that song.
All right, you want to sing it with me?
Just tell me the lyrics again. No, I can never.
No, I can never understand
it. The way Barris, isn't it Barris?
Yeah.
Yes.
But what's the song name?
Something System, right? No.
You got the artist, right? Stacey Ann Brown, you got the artist. But what is the name of the song?
I can't remember that, Jamal. I'm reggae, you could probably get me all the time.
All right. So the name of the song is Putting Up a Resistance.
Resistance, yes.
All right, Sherry. All right. You got it. You knew it was reggae. I'll give you that.
I knew this song, and I met the gentleman several times. I feel bad now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Uncle Barris.
Sure, feel bad. Yeah, whatever. So Sherry, well, folks, let's do the hashtag. Let's do the hashtag. We're gonna do a giveaway. We're gonna give away another book today. So the hashtag for today's book giveaway is gonna be, well, I should tell you what it is first, huh? It's gonna be hashtag the Daily Hour. And so what we're doing, we're giving away a book titled Homecoming, Overcome Fear and Trauma to Reclaim Your Whole Authentic Self by Dr. Dama Bryant, who will be hosting a free webinar on Saturday, May 14th, 2022, put on by the Bermuda Psychology Association, the Bermuda College, and Mount Zion AME Church. So the hashtag, the Daily Hour, for your chance to win one of her books. All right. So Sherry, while they're hashtagging, let's wrap up today's show. Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I appreciate the gentleman in the community hoping to get another gun off the street. What can we learn from it? If you're able to involve yourself, then do so. If not, don't, because safety matters. But we appreciate his efforts. And also, can we not release tapes just as quick as we did, as far as Ms. Wanda Armstrong, I love what she had to say. Bermudians, we are leaving money on the table, and lots of it. If this is a career that you're interested in, we just gave you a blueprint for how you can go about doing what you need to do. So definitely, I appreciate that conversation with her.
Yeah, indeed. I will say this much. What can we learn? I feel there's a lot we can learn. And one of those things is it's going to take the community. If there was ever a time an example was given of how important the community is to bring in this nonsense to an end, yesterday was it. As far as KPMG, again, opportunities like this, we should be thankful for. We should be involved. We should make sure that we encourage our family and friends to take advantage of them. So thanks again to Wanda Armstrong of KPMG. It's time for the let's do it, and then we'll do the daily inspiration. How's that?
Okay.
All right. Let's do this draw. All right. It's going. And I forgot. Karen Simmons. She is. Yeah. So she got some bucks. She won last week or week before, right?
She sure did. Auntie Karen, you're on a rail, sister. Go play some numbers.
We gotta ask her what's those lucky numbers for the lottery over here in the U.S. But congratulations to you. You know what to do. Send us an email, engage@thedailyhour.com, and we will get you your book. Folks, we've got 2 more days, so don't lose hope. You might have a chance to win. We've got 2 more days for you for a chance. Sherry, for those who didn't win, they need some daily inspiration. What you got for them?
They do. Plant your garden and decorate your own soil instead of waiting for someone to bring you flowers. And that's from Jose Luis Borges.
All righty. Appreciate that. And on that note, thanks again to our partners, Medical House One Communications, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you. We love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. She's Sherry Vanderpool. I'm Jamel Hartman. My friends, make it a safe and great day. And Sherry, I had my elderberry tea in here, and it's all gone. What you drinking?
Coffee.
All right. We're out, folks. I'll refill.